and welcome to this week's DevRel Deep Dive. I'm Lotte, and I'm joined by
Sebastiaan.
And this week we are going to talk about what, Seb?
uSync.Hangfire. Two of my
Using Hangfire.
favorite things
Oh,
combined.
I now want to sing.
Oh.
But I want
Oh
to.
yeah, no. I don't do
No,
musicals, as you know.
no, I do musicals.
Yeah,
Anyway,
no, I was on the marketplace yesterday, and I noticed a new package by someone we know, Kevin Jump. Let me just share a screen, which is this one. No,
of
it's the
course,
entire
you're a big
screen.
fan of Hangfire because you have a package yourself. Still maintained, is it, Seb?
It is indeed. In fact, it's available for Umbraco 9 through 16, so all versions are supported and are working. So Hangfire is a way to do background jobs from within your .NET app, which is they're running on the outside of the main web request, so they're not disturbing your website too much. And it's an easy way to schedule some jobs to do, and the only thing that I built on top of it is the authentication. That is in line with the back office authentication, so that when you can only see it when you're logged in and have access to the settings section, and then you have a little dashboard that you can see also only if you have access to the Umbraco back office. And then
Yeah,
I saw
I wasn't going to suggest that you were responsible for the entire Hangfire library. Yeah.
Indeed. Yeah. And then I saw this popping up yesterday, doing some scheduled tasks with uSync. So I thought we'd see if Kevin Jump is available. And luckily he was. Hello, Kevin.
Hello. Hey.
Yes, as if by magic we've summoned
Yes.
Kevin Jump to the screen. Welcome, Kevin, to the
Thank you.
first non-HQ guest
Oh,
on a DevRel Deep
well,
Dive.
there you go.
I know, exciting. Of course it was you, Kevin. Who else would it be?
So yeah, Kevin, we are hoping you could share some of the work you've been doing on this and show us some examples of useful stuff that you can do with using Hangfire.
Yes, I can do that. Do you want me to just jump into a screen share now?
Please do.
Yep. Oh, well, in that case, then you shouldn't click the long buttons.
He can write packages, but he can't screen share.
Oh. I have to pick a screen. There you go.
Screen share's always
There you go.
tricky.
There you go. So that's a screen, isn't it? So
Let's
open the right one.
Perfect.
So obviously the Hangfire package thing you've just talked about. Essentially, this just sits on top of your package, Seb, and obviously on top of Hangfire. And it just adds some little helpers so that you can create jobs, recurring jobs in Hangfire, or the other type of jobs. I'm not 100% on Hangfire myself. And then you can do them. So obviously this is your site with Hangfire running, and we'll just go straight to code.
Yeah.
If you've got the Hangfire package installed and the uSync.Hangfire package installed, then you can usually in a compose you would add the recurring jobs. So you'd normally do I think it's recurring job dot add or remove or something, isn't it? And then you can add whatever you want in there. So the Hangfire package for using just adds a couple of helpers around that'll let you do certain things. So here, just an example is this will just add a daily sync export. All it's doing, and I'll go into it in a bit, is wrapping a job. So it's just saying, run an export every day, add that to the Hangfire list, and it'll show you the jobs. And then there's one for a dated export where it'll give you a dated folder when it does the export. So if we look at recurring jobs in here, I've got loads, but don't worry about them. Let's delete that. Can we delete them all? Delete. Actually, let's just start from scratch. If we rebuild it, that should do it, shouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
It's working somehow. And obviously there's a daily export, and these are scheduled to run. You can define that in here. So that's 15 minutes past 8, 20 to 9 o'clock. These would run if you left them.
Yeah.
But obviously you can just go in here and trigger them.
Of course. Yes.
And then I really don't know much about Hangfire. I just know it queues them and then later
Yeah.
on it'll process it.
I
It
think
triggers at some point.
the queuing you see mostly when is this using SQLite?
Oh, right, yes, I'm using SQLite. So then it
Yeah,
jumps into processing, but that's so quick it
takes a little
just
bit longer,
happens,
but
to be honest.
yeah.
And then the same with this one. This one, dated export, will, by default, it's going to put them into this export folder. And you can see it's just creating a dated time when it runs an export, and that's got a uSync export in. So if you wanted to run an export every now and again, you could do that.
Yeah, that's cool.
And
So
then
that
an import.
exports everything, right? So all of
that
the
exports everything.
schema
But what you can
and
do, so there's
content.
obviously all of the settings inside uSync, so there are more, and I've written them off screen. So an example is this one lets you just export the settings. So the exporter method, you can just say want settings or content. So they are the things you see on the uSync dashboard, settings and content. So content isn't just content, it's media, content, blueprint. It's things that are content. And settings is things that are settings. So in code, this is the next level of slightly complicated. You can say, I just want to export all the settings. And it'll export all the settings. Or I just want to export all the content. And so that would just do those. It wouldn't export everything if you ran one of them. And so, again, letting it build, because I think I'm adding jobs that way, aren't I? Yeah. So now I've got a just settings or a just content that will run and do the same thing and export it into, and you can define folders in this, I think. So there's a couple of settings here. That's the group. You can give it the folder and the entity types, or you can say the set or the group. They're uSync things, uSync sets and uSync groups. So groups are settings, content, forms, things that you might add, and you can define in the config. Sets is the slightly more complicated one where you can define all of the way the whole thing works in a set and have multiple sets inside uSync. Yeah. And then
That's when you have things that need to be together, right?
Yes.
A set.
Yes. And then you can go right down to the granular level. So the other one you can do with just the export, you can do this with import as well, is this will only import certain data types, Umbraco types. So this is document types, media types, member types, obviously, the types. And that will create one that only exports your types into this folder, into this uSync types folder. And so, as if I've already ran it, which I think I have, you see a types folder and it's only got them in. The way the dated ones work, then these are all just, you can see these ones have started using the Umbraco one. The dated one works is quite literally, it's just a wrapper for doing something where you put a format around the type.
Yeah, exactly.
So you just do that.
Yeah.
I always get this bit wrong. Yeah. month. Day. Hour. Oh, you want capital H's for hour. Hour. 6 seconds. Like that. And so that would then that will then run it in the format where it'll create the folder when it does the export.
Of course. Yeah.
And so jobs. Export the types. Okay, because it's so it's in SQL. Does it trigger straight away if you're not using SQLite?
Yeah, it seems like it. Yeah, I don't know why it's a bit slower in SQLite. Maybe there's a threading problem or something. I can't remember.
There you go. This lovely formatted dated folder with all the types in.
That's
cool. I mean, that's it. I can show you some of. There's another whole bit to it, which I will jump into. But which one of these do you think it is? It's that one.
I don't know.
So that's super big. So in terms of what it actually does, there's a complete one which I can show you in a minute. But essentially, there's two elements. There's a scheduler, which is the thing that just has the functions in it in terms of what you do. So you see, this is just a uSync export when you get down to it. The service, so the uSync service just does an export, and this is just wrapping that. And then in order to make it easier to use in Hangfire, these are extension points on Umbraco Builder. which just means that you can see they just do an ad. So that just looks nice as a export import daily jobs, but obviously you could just put this directly into your site and it'll work. So when you install this, no jobs get created. There's no Hangfire jobs, just install. You do have to put stuff into your own site. So this is in the site, this composer that adds all these jobs. If you don't do that, you just get a blank. Obviously Hangfire's there, but there's no uSync jobs because you have to define what you want it to do.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, depends on what the individual user wants to do, of course. Yeah.
So there's nothing actually really special about the uSync.Hangfire thing. It just wraps some of the uSync actions. It's really import and export because I didn't think report was that useful thing to do, but maybe people might want to schedule a report. Maybe. And so that's the sort of thing it does. And then as an added bonus, there's also one for uSync Complete. And so the uSync Complete one does uSync Completey things. So let's find the right one to these. This is the demo site, isn't it? So
it was.
Yeah. Yes. I'm in the wrong place. Am I in the right place? I'm in the right place, given a silly name. So the things that uSync does above and beyond uSync Complete does above uSync really are push and publish, but it also has a thing in it called restore point. And so restore point's like an export, but it zips it up and it includes files. So when you do an export of uSync, you get all the uSync files, which are all of your database. When you do a restore point in uSync Complete, you get all the uSync files, but you also get your media and your templates and your style sheets. So it's sort of like a more of a thing.
Yeah.
And so, again, waiting for it to load, pressing the button too much.
No, I'm good.
Now I've got all the jobs. So I can create a daily restore point. So every evening, that would just go off. And it's the same as an export. Because obviously you can export to a folder. And you could wrap an export with a zip and put it wherever you want. But when the restore points run inside uSync Complete, you get a little restore dashboard. And you can see it's run a daily restore and you get little options to restore them and stuff. One of the nice things about this is it stores them. It can store them locally and it can store them in Azure in the cloud. So go off your site.
You're already preempting my questions. Yes.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. And so they save a couple there. One, the default restore point does everything except the media, like your pictures. Restore with media will put your media files into the restore point, which obviously could be massive. So that's why it doesn't do it by default.
Yeah, of course.
And then there's a couple of other little ones which are nice, which I personally don't know why you'd want to do, but people have asked for this. It's just publish your site at a certain time of day or even pull your live site down overnight onto a test site.
Yeah.
And so what this publish all content and media thing does in the Hangfire job, I'm not 100% sure. Let's just double check. If I have to just do a different browser, otherwise it'll get confused. So this, let's stop it, is a test site. So it's not the same site as the one we're running, which is why it looks like I've got one running in a console. But this one hasn't got Hangfire or anything on. This is just Umbraco. Don't know what state it's in. I might have to reset it. It doesn't know about the homepage, so. Yeah, so that's got the home site on it. I wonder if we just delete the site. Why not? Yes. I don't know. Let's just delete it. And then open it.
Right.
So that's just got an empty site on. So in theory, I've got all sorts of things going on there, haven't I? Recurring jobs, push site.
Okay.
Now, actually, when it starts, which we should take a little while to do, if it's connected right, you can see this is the target site getting everything published on it. So that's happened in the background. It's gone off and published to that site. So now, there's content back.
Really great.
And again, as with the other one, there are helpers. So you can say push just the media, push just the content, push the things. And you can do this if you really know, which is, this is the content, this is the ID of the blogs node in that site. So this one.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so
and
you
it basically says,
updating
just
the
push
blogs.
that and all children every night.
Yeah.
So that would just be that.
Oh, I see that.
Oh, don't know
I
what
see
that's
that
doing the
being handy for some people who
Yeah.
might want to do like have their editors work on the site all day and then
Yes.
push it to
Yeah.
an acceptance environment or
Yeah.
things like that. So yeah, I mean,
With a lot of these, I'm not sure personally. I don't do much site development anymore, but I'm not 100% sure why I'd use these. But people often say,
yeah,
"Cool, can you do that?" And I'm like, "Oh, technically we can do anything." So we had it. And now I'm on the wrong site because that one hasn't got Hangfire and this one has.
Yeah.
And that's it,
great.
really. It's just a load of wrappers for Hangfire, and
that's fantastic.
then the complete ones are slightly funkier because uSync Complete does things in this pipeline, and you have to schedule them. And so, uSync Complete has its own scheduler, so it's sort of sitting on top of the uSync Complete one. But yeah, yes,
I love it.
That's it, really.
I think that's really cool, and obviously very good usage of a bit of Hangfire, and yeah, I am excited to actually try this out for a few things that we're working on, and especially the date folders. I'm like, okay, of course you can do it yourself, but now that I think about it, that's quite handy actually. So really good.
I can see definitely the appeal of every night sort of taking a predictable backup of a live site, so that if you need to replicate it, it's one click away from being restored on another environment. That's pretty cool. I always wonder, Kevin, with the stuff that you do, whether it's because someone has really asked you to do it, or whether you just go, you know what, I could.
It's probably a bit more people ask it, but only 60-40 probably now. No one asks for uSync Complete. But yes, but now it's people saying, "Oh, can you do this?" And then you have to weigh up how many people actually might want to do this, and does it inconvenience anybody? So if you can add things that don't potentially slow things down, don't impact the existing, anyone might have existing setups, then they sort of get added in. But so the restore points is like that. Yeah,
you said it yourself. You don't really build sites anymore, so
no, not really. No.
When you released uSync Migration, that I assume is still in beta, because
yes, because I'm never it's never leaving beta, because I'm never. I had an email today about it, and I'm nice, but we do say at the very top, this is completely unsupported because I can't possibly support migrations. But that's Lee's fault. Lee Keller has fault that one.
Always Lee's fault.
Yeah.
No, but it's helped a lot of people, and I'm sure this will help a lot of people too. I have a question about running background jobs generally. What is the advantage? And either of you are welcome to answer. What is the advantage to using Hangfire to run your background jobs over the inbuilt recurring background job that you get from Umbraco?
I think it's ease of use more than anything. I don't think there's technically much difference. I mean, there's probably a bit more retry stuff in there, but I don't know. The background stuff, I say, uSync Complete has a lot of background stuff it can do, so you can send stuff to the background. But I think Hangfire is more about giving people the configuration, the dashboard to see what's happening.
Exactly. It's a dashboard. It's the way that you can manually trigger some things, so you don't have to write your own dashboard for it. And for me, the big one is that in each of those jobs, you can log whatever you want. So I can actually go in and see what happened during this job, and if something failed, why it failed. Don't have to dig into the logs. I can just see successful stuff as well, which is super useful to me.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Very interesting. Fantastic to see more things coming out of uSync Towers, Kevin. And thank you very much for joining us today and giving us a demo. And I love how just watching you delete an entire home node. And I think I'm on the right side.
Oh, I've got I've got the command to delete an Umbraco and restart it in second. That's one of the things I do so often. So. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Seb, how do we finish these videos?
I don't know. We say like, subscribe, hit the bell. We need more subscribers. Yeah. People don't subscribe. Do that.
Do they not? Well, it's because we remind them via FYI and other places. But if you like us, subscribe, and then we feel appreciated. Is that it? Yeah.
Exactly.
Great. Okay. Thank you very much, everyone.
Right.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.